I can verify with 100% authenticity. Um, there's nothing in here. It's totally optional. It's just for rupees. There's no heart piece. But don't worry, because I actually have a backup plan. Not that I really had any plan at all regarding heart pieces, but now that I have 3 of them, it's kind of like, well, you may as well just go get the 4th one, right? You know, and round out the set. Oh, I can't go down that way. Gonna have to go around the long way. If only I could pick up a large boulder with my pathetic teenage strength or whatever. I'm actually not sure how old Luke. I always just called him Luke. I don't know how old Link is supposed to be in this game. Anyway, we're back at our house, by the way. This is Link's house. I don't really know why Link and his unk don't live in town. They live like way out here, but whatever. I don't think there's really much to this place other than it's sort of centrally located, and when you save and quit, you will start here. So you kind of start in the middle of the map. Anyway, we're actually supposed to be heading to the east to get to the palace where the village elder is supposed to be, in case you had forgotten. But because I want a heart piece, I'm taking a slight detour down here into the swamp. Although I think I went the wrong way here. Yeah, I did. This is just it, man. This is the Legend of freaking Zelda right here. This is what it's all about. This is what it's always been about. There's all these Zelda clones and shit these days, and they just don't get it, man, because you know why? They don't have rooms that don't really serve any purpose. They just are full of enemies and shit. They don't do that shit anymore. I think we're going this way? Yeah, alright, this is what I was looking for. It's time to do that. Link can't swim by default, so don't go into the dark-colored water. It's too deep for him. Anyway. There's a chest. Wonder what could it be? Oh, it's fucking bombs. Who gaff? Okay, well. Obviously there's more going on here than just bombs. There's this thing, which we can't interact with yet. But get used to seeing them. I'm pretty sure that enemy shows up in like every dungeon of the game, so we'll be seeing a lot of them. Anyway, we just we opened some kind of a dam or something. All the water came through, but where did it come from? Out here, and there's our heart piece. Thank you. And there's a fish. Check this out. You'll love this. This is a pretty funny bit. Oh wait, is that right? Hold on. There we go. I knew you could interact with this fish in some way, but I couldn't remember how. Anyway, I'm gonna take him with me. I don't really have a plan for him, but... Oh! Poor guy. Oh, he's definitely dead now. There's just absolutely no water around here at all. He's cooked. Like, I mean, I didn't mean to do that to him. It's just what it is at this point. Oop. What the fuck is that thing? What is that thing? I swear to God, I've never seen that enemy before in my life. Well, now it's dead. Whatever it was, whatever rare exotic beast it was from the lands of Hyrule, it is no longer that. Alright, so let's see, what is today? Today is September 21st, I believe, yep, of 2025. Oh, here we are at Lake Hylia. I think this is oh, it's a shop. To be honest, we don't need any of this stuff, but, you know, actually, I might buy some bombs just to have. There you go. Only have 10 bombs max, unfortunately, but there is a way to increase it, your max amount of bombs and arrows. I think arrows cap out at 20 by default, but don't quote me on that. Oop. So yeah, not a ton going on. Oop. It was just me and Greg, who is my stepdad, at the house today, or at the house this weekend, because my mom had to go to California for a wedding, which she and Greg actually went 2 weeks ago, I think. Also, they had another wedding. They had to go to Napa Valley for it, but this one, Greg didn't go. I think it was just too much travel, and they just kind of had to, at least one of them had to show up, you know, put in an appearance for the family. Anyway, here we're in the east, by the way. This was our destination. We're in this eastern sort of, I don't know what you would call it, rocky, cliffy region, I guess. It's almost like a wasteland, or I guess it's just ruins. Anyway, here's the only place that looks like somebody might be living in it. And indeed, what is up, my friend? I am, indeed, Sahasrara, the village elder and a descendant of the 7 wise men. Oh, really? Link, I'm surprised a young man like you is searching for the Sword of Evil's Bane. I would be surprised if anybody was searching for it, personally. Yeah, I want to find it. All right, you got to retrieve the Pendant of Courage from the East Palace. Got it. You got it, buddy. He says, "You're a dumb kid. I don't really trust you that you're gonna use the Sword of Evil's Bane appropriately. Whatever, punk. Use your bombs to get more bombs." I remember when I was a kid, I found the name Sahasrara very difficult to pronounce. But I don't know if it's just practice making perfect, or if it's actually just not that difficult of a name to pronounce. But I don't really find myself having any difficulty with it anymore. Oh god. Anyway, here's an Armos for you. These guys are tough, but they're not really very smart. So they take a few hits, but they're not actually that hard to beat. I just can't imagine why Sahasrara would want to live out here. I guess the idea is he's hiding from Ognim so he doesn't get like sealed away or whatever, but I don't know. You're letting all the like little girls get sealed away and you're just gonna hide out in your little shack in the ruins? Why don't you invite the women over to your, shack in the ruin? Well, okay. Now I realize why he might not do that. That doesn't sound that good, does it? It's giving the implication a little bit. Oh my god. There we go. Oop. Well, yeah, I don't know. Not a ton going on with me. I forget if I mentioned or not in one of these videos, but I had to go in for another endoscopy, which is basically the opposite of a colonoscopy. This is here's our first real dungeon, by the way, the Eastern Palace. Well, they go in your mouth instead of the other side, and it's much easier because you don't have to. Basically, the only procedure requirement is don't eat anything for 12 hours, which is significantly easier than I know what they make you do for a colonoscopy. But anyways, last time I went in for this, it was a whole ordeal because they almost had me down for a colonoscopy instead of an endoscopy. This time that didn't happen, but I did have to go in again. It was much easier this time, but I was still really tired by the end. They put you down with anesthetic. And by the way, the anesthetic guy on this one, like last time it was like a young lady. This time it was like an old dude. And he did not have the gentle touch that she did. To the point where I didn't even realize that she was deploying a gentle touch until this guy got a hold of my arm and started like wiggling the needle around in my hand and shit to make it so that I would pass out. He was like squeezing the shit out of my hand. They had the anesthesia like going into the back of my palm, or not the back of my palm, but the back of my a vein on the back of my hand, on the back of my right hand or left hand. I don't know. It was just painful. It was not pleasant. And then he was like, "Oh, does that hurt when I like wiggle your arm like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. There's a fucking needle in there, pushing juices." Whatever. Fucking Stalfos love jumping. They're always a pain. Best way to kill them is with a pot, but I don't have one of those right now. Hey, there's a treasure chest over there. I want a treasure chest. How do I get a treasure chest? Doesn't seem like there's even anything. I guess this is just for getting back once you do get the treasure chest. Well, we'll have to find one other way in then. Could I have gone up over here? I absolutely could have. Oh, here we go. There you go. Simple as. A lot of funny little room puzzles. I feel like this is the game that popularized the one room puzzle, at least for Zelda. Oh, there's our map, by the way. We should probably take a look at that. I'm a big fan of the map interface in this game. Something about it, I don't know. It's very soulful to me. I love how technological it looks, even though it's a part of a series that is ostensibly like kind of doing like a medieval thing. Anyway, doesn't actually tell us a whole ton, just kind of shows us where all the rooms are. Obviously that's useful information, but yeah, not much else for us over here. So let's keep looking around. I don't know if you've played a Zelda game or not. I really hope you have. If you haven't, I'm genuinely fucking honored to be your first exposure. I'm sorry about my language if you're a child, which I think the odds are high. But Zelda dungeons will always have a map. They will always have a compass, except for when they don't. and they will always have some kind of a dungeon item. So those are the big 3 things you need to get. Actually, as a matter of fact, when you're in a dungeon, you'll notice our equipment screen has changed. It no longer shows us our heart pieces. It shows us which dungeon items we've gotten. So it'll be the map, the compass, and the big key, actually, is what it's going to be. Which is what you need to get into the boss room, and it's also what you need to get the item in question. Ah! Oh no, it's okay, still have 2 more. But yeah, as you can see, the pots... Oh, I went right over his dome, bro! I went right over his dome! There we go. Yeah, pots are the best way to kill these guys easily because of the jumping shit. But, you know, you can get them. It's just kind of a pain. Spin attack will do it good, too. I think it's really just... If you try and do these normal swipes at them, they'll dodge a lot. Which is probably just an intentional, like, game design decision. There's the compass, by the way. I didn't even remark on that. But it shows us where chests and stuff are, so I don't know if you were paying that close of attention. But previously, we could not see the boss icon on the 2nd floor. Nor, I don't think, could we see the giant chest in the middle of the room to our right that we're about to go see. Link, it is I, Sahasrara. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. That's strange. Here's a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in this palace to defeat armored foes. Okay, well that's not a very good hint. Also, if you are genuinely here to like... Alright, this is a return path. If you actually are here to like help me, you know, like stop evil and shit. What is this runaround bullshit test hint crap? You know? What is that about? Whatever. Fuck you. So here's the big chest. As you can see, we can't open it yet because no big key. So I guess we're just gonna have to keep moving for now. There's an armored foe, by the way. If only we had some kind of item from this dungeon. And hey, we're down here. Can't really see us, but there you go. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, The Legend of Zelda 1 had dungeons. It had a ton of dungeons. But they're all, you know, kind of using the same building blocks and stuff. And a lot of the puzzles are more esoteric, like, meta puzzles, if that makes sense. More than they are, like, just looking at a room. Hey, there's our small key. That's what we were looking for. Like, here's a small room. Like this room, for example, with a bunch of pots and a key. You know, you might see a very similar layout in the first Zelda game, but I don't know, the pots wouldn't be strewn about as randomly. It just it wouldn't have as much flavor. You know, you could basically just do the same thing with a little more flavor with this higher fidelity system. And I really think they capitalized on it to a point where when you play like newer 2D Zelda games, there's a lot of, oh, damn. I guess the item from this dungeon was a pot. There's a lot of, what am I trying to say? Come on now. It just feels like there's, like, a lot of repeated ideas. Doesn't it look like this ball should blow up? But, no, I guess not. Here we go. Oh, okay. That's what you need to do is kill all the boobs. And then all the main boobs will go away. There's our chest. And there's our big key. That's what we've been looking for the whole time. Very good. And this lock up here, you know, it's a big lock, requires a big key, simple as. The nice thing about the big key, and here's our return trip, as opposed to the little keys, is that even though we've already used it, whoops, even though we've already used it, as you can see, that's the wrong button, we still have it. So it's infinite use. The only thing is, it doesn't work, like you can't reuse your big key on a small key door. Small keys can only open small doors, and big key can only open big doors. It's not like a skeleton key for the dungeon once you find it. If only. Alright. Where the hell am I? Am I going the right way? Yes, okay. Oh wait, no, I'm not going the right way. I'm not going the right way at all. What I need to do is I need to get back down. Which I think I originally got down on this side, didn't I? Because the other side just had the map. I think I got a little turnaround there. Oops. Ow. Oh yeah, you know what happened? I went through the shortcut at the bottom, and instead of going right to the chest, I went left. That's my bad. That's okay. Just another excuse to throw pots at skeletons. It's one of my favorite activities. Too bad it's not a Monday. Boop. I didn't realize I had taken so much damage. Also, I had a heart and a half. It's kind of scary. Alright. Here we go. This is what it's all about. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what it's all about. Grab a little one of these. It's the bow! Simple as, man. I love how fast they give you the bow in this game. Oh, and these are different kinds of skeleton enemies who are like throwing their heads at you and they'll chase you around, rather frightening. And there they go, I guess. Simple. They're not that interested in fighting. But all right, let's see how this thing works, huh? Pretty simple, really. Hello? There we go. The one interesting thing about it is there's a bit of a delay on it. Like after you push the button, it takes a second before Link actually fires the weapon. There we go. Anyway, here's a little secret for you. You can jump into these, like, I guess they're supposed to be like chalices or something. That's what they look like to me. I'd love to keep it in a bottle. There we go. And you get a fairy. Actually, I should have grabbed the other one too. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm missing 2 hearts. Again, if you haven't played Zelda before, fairies, recurring creatures, basically, you touch it, they'll heal you. Sometimes they heal you full, sometimes it's only like 6 hearts or 8 hearts or whatever, it varies. But if you catch one and put it in a bottle, as we have done, we've got a bee in one and a fairy in the other, when you die, it will automatically restore your health. Again, it'll only restore it by however much, you know, fairies heal by in that game. But it's a pretty significant amount of, you know, it's basically just extra max HP, if you think about it. There's also, like, potions and stuff you can use to heal yourself in this game, but those are more, I mean, those are manual for one. Okay, so we got a key, so that's definitely where we're using it, but I want to see what's in the non-key door. My general approach... Ooh, lots of rupees. That sounds great. My general approach with locked doors in games is, even if I can open the locked door, I would prefer to go through every door I can that does not require unlocking first, so that I know, like, what I'm supposed to have access to. You know what I mean? Sometimes you open a door that you're not supposed to open yet, or you don't need to open yet, and you're thinking about what's in that room as, like, a possible solution to whatever other puzzle when it's not. This is my logic. There we go. Luckily, these guys only take 1. The only annoying thing is that they, like, don't stay awake for very long. Whoops. Good morning. Good night. Lol. It is quite funny that they can also just be just as easily dispatched by a pot. Also, you'll note, it looks like these are buttons, but they're not. They're fake. So, you know, just you know, more tutorials, more shit to look out for. Not every button, not everything you see is exactly what it looks like it is. There we go. This one's simple enough. It's a scary looking room, but it's really not that bad. There is another room later on in the game that it's like that room, but there's enemies in it, or there's an enemy in it, and the floor is on treadmills or something. Oh, okay. This guy is immune to pots, it would seem, so we're just gonna have to blast his ass. We're just gonna have to give him the hard stuff. Crack cocaine for him. All right, boss room. Or not quite, I guess. But this is like basically the boss room. It's the boss chamber. We couldn't have come in here without the key. You'll note. All right, 2 more of these assholes. There's 1. Ah! Okay. Wake him up. Come on now. Wake him up. There we go. You can fire him off, like, I mean, as I said, there is a bit of a delay after you push the button, but you can still fire them off quick enough to, you know, dispatch some foes with ease. Honestly, I think the fact that there's a little bit of a cool-off, or the fact that it takes a while to come out, makes it feel better when you are able to kill enemies. Anyway, here's our boss. It's kind of just 6 dudes jumping around, but, you know, you can kind of just wall pwn them a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, this is perfect. This is the best when they do this, because they're just going to jump right at us. Whoop. Their sprites are fucking up a little bit too, I can tell from the... There we go. Oh, God. They really don't like the arrows. I mean, I don't know if the arrows do more damage than your sword. I think it's just easier to hit them with arrows than with your sword. Anyway, we're down to just 1. He does this pathetic activity. It's actually probably easier to just use your sword than the arrows, I fear. Even though I was trying to. Ah! Damn it. Dude, my aim is so poor. I need a longer blade. But this, yeah, I mean, he's very slow. He's not going to get you. Unless you're me and you let him get you. I was just letting him get me on purpose so that you would see what it looks like when you take damage from the boss, because I know that can be, you know, some people are visual learners, and they need to see an incorrect example before they know how to do it the right way. So I was just being helpful. Okay, to be honest, die. I don't remember bro having this much health. There we go. Maybe the bow and arrow was the key after all. And hey, that's 6 hearts. And hey, that's the pendant of courage. I think. I mean, I guess. I'll just tell you, it is the pendant of courage. There you go. But there's no way Link could have known that. Take it to Sahasrahla. 2 pendants remain. To be honest, though, the whole thing was he said, "Get me the pendant, and I'll tell you what to do next." He didn't say shit about getting 2 other pendants. Maybe he did. I don't know. But okay, next time we go talk to Sahasrahla and see what our next move is.